Hey friends, Logan Wells here with Dream Guitars. And in my hands today, I have an instrument that I like. I like this thing a lot. And it's a small bodied instrument too, which is normally not my thing. But this guitar really is, it's calling my name. It's a 2013 Howard Klepper conversion of a 1960 0028G Martin. Those, of course, were 12-fret classical guitars, nylon string instruments, which they had they've done those on and off over the years, but in the 60s in particular, folks like to snag those, retop them, and convert them for steel string use, like this guy here. And I am such a fan of that. You get some nice 1960s Brazilian Rosewood, very good old brass for the back and sides, and you throw a nice new fresh top on there that is properly braced for steel strings, and you get something that you got some new snap, but you still have some of that open and wide awake older sound at the same time. So it kind of does it all. Anyways, this particular conversion is, so it was a 00 size instrument then, and of course it's still a 00 size now. But Howard put a 14-fret long scale neck on this, which adds a little bit of snap to the voice, which you really hear that. Well, okay, you really hear that on the bottom end, the mid-range, and the top end of this guitar. It's very quick and snappy. It's got great string energy, a very sweet dynamic range too, played softly versus more aggressively. This is a small guitar, I'll say it again, but it handles like a heavier attack really well, which is, I love that. Just really cool. So getting into it a bit, this one also, of course, has a shade top finish on top, which I think looks really good. Adirondack Spruce, Brazilian Rosewood for the bridge here. Now we also have pearl trim on the top, that you'll notice, Ivoroid bindings. And then we get into that really good 60s Brazilian, which has these like spider ink lines to it, which you just don't see that anymore. And even more on the back. This actually kind of reminds me of like Madagascar Rosewood a little bit these days. But you still had really cool stock like this back in the 60s. That is really nice brass. Oh, all right, so 14-fret neck, mahogany. It's got a very soft V to it, like a hint of a V. And of course we have nickel open back tuners as well. Squared off headstock, no inlays here, so it's a little more understated in that regard. And Ivoroid trim here as well. Yep. So, if you want to get into a mixture of the old and the new, if you want a small body guitar that really kind of explodes a bit, this 2013 Howard Klepper conversion is an excellent choice. If you want to learn more, give us a shout. Cheers.